Short episode today, DJ. You ready?
I mean, it better be. We only have two things to talk about, really.
Unless we want to just talk about the moon being haunted. All right, let's start. Good evening, everybody. This is Granblue Radio. We are on episode number 214. 214. So, we're in the middle of Valentine season. I didn't pick up the Shalem skin. You don't have Shalem, so I don't think you picked up the
There's no
skin.
point of me picking it up.
Sometimes, there have been points at which you buy an outfit and you're just like, this is going to be great for when I eventually get this character. You do the Fairly Odd Parents meme.
The one with Timmy Turner's dad, if I had one.
This is where my trophy would go if I had one. Um. Anyway, so uh, I don't know. This one didn't call to me the same way that the other skins have. But Spaghetti Syndrome is going on. It's a rerun. We talked about this last year. I really love this event. If you haven't played it, read through the whole thing.
So
Uh,
I actually have not played actually Red Society event since 2017. So I actually started going through all of those before catching up on this one today.
oh wow, okay. Do you count Platinum Sky as a society event?
That's the one I read.
Okay, because it's an event that stars the society, but isn't like a
Not
proper main.
really a society
Yeah,
event because they don't do anything in that event.
they're sort of there. Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you get the only thing you get at the end of it is like you know that Eustace is investigating the society. That's all you got from it.
Society. Yeah. So anyway, um, we are in sort of a holding pattern in GBF until next week. But until then, we did get our Valentine's characters, and these are kind of a doozy. So I know that you did your reading on them. I know that you actually read the previews of their fates. Did you draw any of them?
Nope. I
Yeah,
do not draw Valentine's Day.
that's fair. All right. So what we have, let's see here.
Oh, my favorite Valentine's water character, Filene.
All right, let's talk about this actually. So freaking Star Premium. All right, Star Premium's here, and there are what 7 Valentine's SSRs total, something like that.
About
And we have it split up by element. And so we've got Dark with which is represented by Valentine's Clarice. Light has 2 of them with Valentine's Aglovale, who's new, and Valentine's Melissabelle coming fresh off of her buff last year. Wind has Valentine's Grimnir. Earth now has Valentine's Lovely Heart Monica, along with Valentine's Medusa, both of whom their designs came from Rage of Bahamut. Fire has Valentine's Skathaha. And water.
and there's Filene. Yeah, don't worry about it. She's a Valentine's character now, obviously.
I'm heated. I've said this before. I'm heated
Why won't you give her chocolate, Dom?
because she keeps killing my swordcraft minions. Well, she did. I have Shadowverse trauma. Anyway, so I will probably draw from this Star Premium at the end of the stream, but until then, let's talk about the characters that we just mentioned, Aglovale and Monika. So let's go ahead and wait. Why is it focused on water in the
Because the
included
water focus
items?
right now.
Oh, that's the actual rate up.
Yeah.
Let's go dig through here. All right. Do you want to talk about Aglovale first or Monika first?
Let's talk about Lovely Monica, my favorite magical girl from Rage of Bahamut.
And also Princess Connect.
Yeah, they had it there first too. Yeah,
All right.
that was a good event.
Yeah, so she's been in 4 games now in this costume, by the way, the lovely Heart Monica costume. Um, the funny thing to me is that in the other ones, Mora, this little animal on the right here, her like magical girl familiar or mascot animal, etc. They're part of the story. Like in Princess Connect, Mora comes out of nowhere and starts giving people magical girl powers, whether they
Yeah,
wanted them or not.
and those are two events
That's
in
two.
that game.
It's 2 separate events where they get the entire like suit of cards. Um, in in uh, in Rage of Bahamut, Mora is also its own entity. In here, Mora is just sort of an artifact of the old design. Like she's putting on a play. That's why she's in this costume. All right. So anyway, um, let's talk about Monika, who is, we just need to mention this, a Valentine's Earth Limited, because Earth needed more limited characters.
Apparently they did.
Alright, so
Just
she,
put on the top of the pile, Dom.
yeah, her set, her kit, like just like the other Monikas, she has linked skills, and they have a fake cooldown, because,
Uh, Only Grand Monica.
fair enough. Regular Monika's skills also have kind of a fake cooldown because, what is
They
it?
accelerate, I believe.
They accelerate based on, was it dodging or was it based on her CA?
Checking right now, CA.
It's CA, okay. So pulling things from both of her versions. So her CA does earth damage. It ends the cooldown for her linked skills, which we previously saw in New Generations. And then it also Violet Shock Flickers, which does earth damage, and then it's Monica attack defense stackable up. Um,
Yeah,
and
that stacks up to 50%.
and she borrows a few things from one of the like Earth identity things where GK did this, Golden Knight, and she has two things that base themselves on the number of buffs that she has on. So the more buffs that she has, her dodge and hostility go up. Do you have the numbers in front of you?
They go up by 3% dodge and +4 on hostility each time.
Up
Up to
to
15.
15 buffs, which is the same as the Golden Knight number. Um, and then Legendary Lovely Leader. So based on number of buffs, characters get attack and defense up.
Unique attack, and it's 1% attack and 2% defense for each one.
So it goes up to 1530. And then her skills get more powerful when she has 12 or more buffs. So all of these things, the additional effect is based on her having those 12 buffs. The number one that I've seen use of, because it's part of an infinite combo, is this Wind of Love Spark. So 30% meter, boost to charge gain. The boost to charge gain is 20% extra. So
Mhm.
does it give the meter first and then the charge bar gain?
I believe it's meter first and then charge bar game.
So only the second time will they get 36 meter, or if you cast it while the buff is still active. But yeah, and then if she has 12 or more buffs, she gives the entire team 80% CA damage and 20% damage CA damage cap. This one's a pretty beefy one. I actually haven't even looked at skills 2 and 3 because skill 1 took all of the attention.
Skills 2 and 3 are really good, though.
All right, so let's see. Triple attack, and she gets a chaser of 50%. Okay, that's really good. And she does it for 2 turns. That's really good.
She's going to get the meter.
And the additional effect, she gives herself 20% cap. That's pretty good if she's being selfish. And then the next one is she has Veil, which refreshes every time she CAs. Okay. And it dispel cancels when she has 12. Okay, these are.
So there's a character in Earth that gets rid of your buffs. Yeah, this gets rid of that effect.
So basically, her, Grand Sandalphon, and just someone who buffs a bunch of times, like Deontha or Chicken.
The chicken.
Yeah, but if you don't have Chicken, then Deontha covers a bunch of buffs all at once also. So this kit's really loaded. Um, and unlike, when characters have these kind of linked skills that have a fairly significant cooldown, this is not a real cooldown, especially since she's part of what I call an infinite combo or a loop. Because the way that it works is you hit Wind of Love Spark, which gives your entire team 30 meter, and then you go and you frontline a character that people don't frontline very often,
Kaim.
because what happens is is it called Trick Card? Blank Face activates off of yellow. I like how Blank Face just has its own help section instead of having a tooltip. So when a buff skill is used, Diamond Trick, 15% boost to everybody's meter. So you use Kaneshige, Aota, Kaim, and Lovely Heart Monica. Aota's passive EMP passive will give the entire team meter upon chain bursting. Then she hits this button for 36 meter. Kaim hits his button for another 18 meter, and you have a full chain again because you are a Kengo with a Kaneshige, and you chain burst again. And
Yep.
this resets both of their cooldowns because Kaim's cooldown resets on blank face whenever he CAs, and then you use Monika, and it's infinite. And it just goes until either you die or they die. And unlike most other Earth things, because Kaim is frontline, the part where you die actually might happen.
What's dying in this game too?
Yeah, especially in a month when dying, you can just hit the salute button and you'll passively deal damage over time.
It's okay. Monica's gonna have like 80% defense.
But just Monika, like, remember when I said
Well,
that?
she has higher hostility, so it's fine.
Remember when I said that the Golden Knight and Eugen combo was like really ridiculous? Yeah, this is better in some ways. It's less flexible because you don't have Kaim backline, because you don't have like a flex MC slot. You are fully dedicated to doing this loop and only doing this loop.
Look, they're allowed to do whatever they want at that point. You were using Eugen in the first place. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
In the
but at
first
least the
one.
Golden Knight herself has a ton of like utility she provides. Monika, you were using this only skill one every time instead of hitting, her veil or her dispel cancel or whatever.
Only if you're doing this loop specifically.
That's true.
She actually has good utility in other fights. Like there's a video for using her in Bub Solo. It was really good.
That's true. I mean, debuff immunity doesn't do anything there, but uh, dispel
Dispel
cancel.
canceling your
Your Granblue.
cancel. Yeah.
Yeah. Is she the first dispel cancel in Earth? Come to think of it, because I know there's multiple characters whose buffs cannot be removed in the Golden Knight and Maloo. I can't.
Just Monica.
Yeah, she sounds like she's the only one. So, all right, well, welcome to the Dispel Cancel Club, along with what is it? It's the major ones are Grimnir, Catalina, a few others, but anyway, wow, what a kit! What a kit! It,
I love this. The ones of has similar effects of they have it as a passive. In Earth is Malo, Golden Knight, and Sanalphon when he has all three elements.
mhm.
All the tetra elements, I mean, not all three elements. Oh, and also Zed of Us.
Oh yeah,
They can't be dispelled.
great.
Well, alright then.
Let's keep.
Thanks, Earth Limited.
Thanks, Earth Limited. So yeah, every single character that you named off except for Maloo, every character that specifically I keep bringing up Diantha or like Cagliostro because not everybody has every Earth Limited character, and so you sometimes bring up alternatives instead of just
Yeah,
saying,
the
"Hey."
problem is that I see the others than the alternatives more often than not.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
That's the main problem.
Very true. And then so the other thing is that this lovely ace here, it's also a 4-star seasonal Valentine's weapon, joining the Lupercalia and the Deirdre, whatever the Valentine Scatha Claw is. And so this has Mystery and Excelsior, and then attack. So
And you give your team 10 bar when you use it as a main hand. I feel like I've seen this before.
uh, it doesn't have whatever chain force or whatever it's called that
I was
Windhose
talking
has.
about
But
Aglovale Sword.
oh, okay, yeah, Gottfried, yeah, it's a limited Gottfried. I don't think this will see much use, but it's there, and it exists for one-turn teams, essentially. It's, but hey, I mean, you know what? I'm just gonna move on from this. If you have nothing more to say, I'm gonna get heated if I keep talking about Monica.
I get mad when I talk about Earth in the first place. So let's go on to Light, my favorite element actually.
So this character actually seems super fun in almost every way. Where'd he go? No, 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 no. Where's the chairman of the board? There he is.
I
There's
love
the
he's on
chairman.
the chair. I really love that he's on the chair.
So like the peripherals of this character are great because number one, he never gets out of the chair. Number two, his weapon is a wine glass and wine bottle, and they count as melee because remember that if you break a bottle, it's a dagger because that's Lamretta. If you
Yeah.
just hold the dagger by the neck, not the if you hold the bottle by the neck. Sorry, so break the bottle, it's a dagger. Hold the bottle by the neck, it's a sword. And now, if it's a small bottle, it's a melee weapon.
Look, the classification of weapons don't make sense in Granblue Fantasy.
It's just great looking. I'm not saying I'm mad at it. I'm saying it's awesome. So let's talk about Aglovale. So, light sword. So, light sword and a crest character to join Percival and Rosamia as light sword crest characters. But this character is essentially the best crest design they've ever done? Question mark. It's actually more exclamation points than question marks.
He's really good when he has crests.
Like he fits into so many different styles of teams too. All right, so we'll first talk about his CA. So once again, a lot of his skills have long cooldowns, but they're fake cooldowns because he accelerates them for every time he CAs.
Wait, hold on. There's a character and a limited character in Light that will help him with that.
Yeah, or it doesn't even need to be limited. You can use new generations to accelerate this a lot.
You can also just use his skill 3.
Yeah,
We'll get to that later.
like he has very fake cooldowns. In effect, his cooldowns are going to be like 4 or 5 turns basically. Um, all right, so Geshtover. First of all, crest generator. Everybody gets a crest. Uh, there's a list of random
But
buffs, and if he has all 5, he gets all 5 buffs. Is that correct?
correct. He gets one extra for each crest he has,
So this is
and there's
pick
a total of 6 buffs.
right, and it's random, unlike the previous version of Aglovale, because the previous Aglovales, it was increasing based on the number of crests he had, but I think it was in order, wasn't it? Let me see.
There was an order.
Yeah, there was an order to it before. Now it's random. Well, it also goes to everybody instead of just himself.
Yeah, he's a pretty good leader.
Yeah. So,
He wants to give people chocolate. Remember?
yeah, so he gives strength, or he gives, let's see, how big is his revitalize?
1,000.
Does he have any way of boosting that, or is it actually 1,000?
He has no way to boosting that.
Okay, he
Also,
doesn't even.
remember, Revitalize works out on individual characters in the first place.
That's true. Um, dark damage cut.
20%.
So, which will stack with, for example, if you're using him with the new generations in Jean loop. Actually, no, that would only work with regular Jean, not with Grand Jean. So, dark damage cut that lasts for 3 turns. Debuff success rate up and Veil. It's a
And 20 meter.
pretty good list.
One of them's 20 meter.
One of them's also 20 meter?
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
You know, he has problems getting meter, so gotta give him meter somewhere.
Oh god, there is one option that is just meter. It's not even on this tooltip. That's crazy. And then Zweimal is one that you can see entire combo videos built around because it does extra hits based on his crests, and each time it
6 hits.
and each hit does -5% stacking attack defense up to a stack of 40.
Yeah, you know, the magic number.
It's it's not the magic. It's not the number, but it's the number that most stackables go to.
Actually, most of them will go to 30.
Urias's goes to 40, doesn't it? That's
Yes,
the
the
standard.
magic one.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
the magic one.
That's
There's
fair.
only like another character I could think of that goes to 40 that isn't Urias.
Is it Tabina?
Yeah,
What about Lisha in water?
let me check.
Because
I just know like Lancelot goes only 30. If I remember
Lancelot
correctly.
does only go to 30. Lisha's only goes to 30. Huh. So yeah, so we've got Zweimal here, and like, how many times does it hit when you go to full 5?
6 hits.
It's 6 hits, and then yeah, then you can CA standby and refresh all of his cooldowns with funky culty.
Is
So
that how it's pronounced?
no, I'm
Please,
just
please tell me please be German.
funky culty. Yeah, that's what it is, definitely.
All right.
Um, that's all very stacked. Then there's
Yeah,
King.
so on leveling up, his the only thing that changes is that his cooldowns go down by a turn for the first two skills,
Hmm.
which makes sense because those. Why would you change anything else?
Yeah. So then there's King Strike, which is named after. Well, it has the same name as a bunch of Percival stuff. So now it's passive. He doesn't have to hit a button for it, which is a crazy upgrade from Water Aglovale. Based on the number of light crests he gets attack up.
30% normal,
That's pretty negligible. Defense up.
100%.
That's a lot. That's a lot. A lot. Um, his always at least double attack. How much else does it go? How much higher does it go than that? I don't know actually. Uh,
Supplemental damage is 10k.
and then 30% boost to skill cap. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Hey, you remember his CA that so it's supposed to do 120 per hits for 5 hits, but
With
I've
his
seen that thing do at the end with EO buff as well. It did as much as a CA.
and don't forget Rango Miniad as well. Rango Miniad is a big fat part of all of these because it also supplements skill damage, or is it skill cap?
It's skill
It's
cap,
skill cap.
but that cap is the one that you either that or you we're gonna use an opus.
Right. And when you chain burst, everybody gets an Aurora Crest. Like, he's the one who uses them the most because it's like, what? Summer Rosamia kind of doesn't care. She operates just fine with like 1, 0, or 5 um, Aurora Crests. Because it's like, you look at this character and it's like, I don't
It
even.
only affects her skill too.
Yeah, it's
So
like.
I know he gave her buffs too. Hey,
It's.
he gave her 30% normal attack, 100% defense.
But yeah, it's hard to notice on her compared to like the other things on Aglovale that really work off of that. Because when it comes to Rosamia here, like the Aurora Crest stuff, it's kind of invisible until Dragon Roar Talisman hits 5.
Well, it's her passive too. So
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, freaking Light Percival has problems keeping all of his Aurora Crests because he keeps eating them. So
keeps eating them. Yeah.
maybe Aglovale Frontline is how Percival can actually keep some Aurora Crests. Alternately, you just have him in the back while you do all of this crazy stuff with Aglovale and like EO and whoever else you want.
In order to get skill spec, that's pretty cool.
Hmm. Yeah, most likely you'll just have Percival as a backline character for this kind of stuff. But maybe you actually get enough Aurora Crests with all of these crest characters on your team that you won't.
Oh, you can also put Hal Mal in the back line too. Let's go.
Is that supplemental damage based on?
Supplemental damage based on Aurora Crest, up to 20k.
Yeah, so like the crest team in Light wasn't necessarily that prominent until basically Aglovale came out. Now you're just like, oh, this team's crazy. It's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll probably take it him down the line next year.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, the character does seem super fun. Also,
I
you were mentioning to me that the story is like amazingly goofy, even by Granblue Fantasy standards.
look. Everyone sent chocolate to him, so but as a result, they had to start like getting chocolate from other places, and that's not good for the economy.
There's just a chocolate
So
shortage.
because they're not giving it to their loved ones and such. So instead of having them import it, we're going to the chocolate aisle and he's going by with you to get chocolate.
I thought,
At least that's all I got from the preview.
I was going to say that this was wild, but then I remembered that Christmas Spinna is literally like up against an evil children's toy corporation being used for like underground spin blade. I don't even know. There's mind control involved. I know that spin blade, hypnosis, and mind control. So it's just like, what are they gonna do next? they
I don't know. All I know is that you see his art and you see all those chocolate behind him. That's only a fraction of the chocolate.
thanks, Granblue Fantasy. It's as if someone who wrote that has been in those Prince of Tennis warehouses where like entire warehouses of chocolate are sent to fictional characters, and they're just like,
What, didn't this happen first time they did Valentine's?
not necessarily the first time they did Valentine's. The story behind how Granblue Fantasy Valentine started is that someone essentially people would send the Cygames office like Valentine's chocolates, and some kind souls at the Cygames office would reply to them with like art and cards, art of the character, and then like a card where it was styled in um, the character's voice. And when the people who sent them and got those back, um, they posted on Twitter. They're like, "Wow, this company will actually send you like a semi-personalized card back as a thank you." So the year it built up on social media, and they kept sending it in, and that's when Cygames had to go. This is not sustainable. We're going to have to make this formalized, and also not fill this entire warehouse with chocolate that we can't eat, and we'll have to just give away.
All right then.
And that's also part of why they donate to feeding cats when people give to the stray cat or the young cat. Sorry, who's in Shadowverse now.
Nice.
But anyway, yeah, Aglovale looks like a clear, just like fun and new way to play kind of thing for Light. Earth.
Yeah, there was not much like crest usage in Light,
hmm
so
I'm glad. Like, even though, like I said, that is way too much to stick on a Crest character because the next Crest character who comes out, they're just gonna look at Aglovale and they're gonna look at that Crest character and they're gonna look at Aglovale again. And they're like, hmm, like, is there any character who comes even close to that kind of usage of crests? Like, even Summer Cagliostro doesn't use crests that well.
uh maybe Romeo, but that's about it.
I guess, yeah. But like Summer Cagliostro was sort of the was considered one of the best crest characters for quite a while, and it's like it was partially because when she ate five crests, then she gave you just this like gigantic swath of buffs, and you're just like, we want to get to five crests as soon as possible, and
It
then
also
use
helped
this
that if she was in an element that it actually could generate crests.
really easily. It's true. And now you're just like, oh yeah, Aglovale just gives everybody crests and uses them, and
Oh,
just
you chambers. Here's crest, everybody. It's Valentine's Day. You get a crest. You get a crest.
I press
This is
skill
Judy
one,
crest.
I press skill one. Here, have a chain burst, or not a chain burst. Have another crest. Oh, my cooldowns went down. Oh, here's another crest for everybody. Yeah,
This character's wild. I love it.
it's. I mean, yeah, lights your baby. Go wild, go wild, light.
Light might be my baby, but I've seen other people in our crew have better grids than me. I just play this grid better.
Oh man. So anyway, that's actually it. That's actually it for the week. Next week we'll be talking about going to the moon because the moon's haunted, and
Who's
we're
on it, guys?
and we're going to get our brain boy back. Um, there'll be some hints about like we'll probably be talking about the numbers 3 and 4 at 6 star. Probably. It's not guaranteed though. They might delay it to the very end of the month. And we'll probably know who the cast of the um, Granblue Fantasy Anniversary stream is gonna be. Is there
Oh
somebody who,
yeah,
is there
I
somebody
forget
that
who's
you'll be
that.
very disappointed if they're not there?
Isami, am I?
Okay, that's fair. I I feel
She has missed a couple of those
she
things
has.
though. So
It's I I think if Kawahara is not there, I think I'll be
yeah,
disappointed.
Kawahara like sells like a lot of things for me. He's so good.
They finally got him out of SR jail too. He'll
It's
be
not just not entire.
not as tired. No, they just gave him a new character to be an SSR with. Oh man. All right. Anyway,
Inada is also good. Is also good for stuff.
yeah, but there's a lot that happens without Inada on stage as well. So like Inada's sort of a treat, but not like a necessity for me.
Look, I just love the croissants. Okay.
If Inada's there, it is definitely going to be a bingo square of like, is it edible or not edible? Whatever Inada's wearing on his head.
So are they gonna put it in the smoothie machine? Who knows?
Uh, all right. So anyway, thanks for joining me as always, DJ. This is always a joy to talk on a Thursday evening about Granblue Fantasy. Find us on Granblue_EN on Twitter. We have a Granblue EN YouTube channel that we pretty much only use like once a year to put up trailers that with subtitles. Um, and yeah, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
All right, later, folks.
All right, later all. Thanks, DJ.
Yeah,
Boop.
no problem.
Society.
Society.
Society. Society events.